Welcome to Travel Insights Bali number 19. Rewrite the script. Life is lifing life. So just recently we had an enlightenment intensive here in Bali, and we rented a hotel, and there were 8 of us, and we had an amazingly beautiful experience. And right now, one by one, each participant is going back to their home or moving on to some other traveling or whatever. So many of them came for a few weeks and stayed for a week or two afterwards. And what's occurring for me is this kind of like, like I'm losing my babies, or there was some, I feel some nostalgia, like we had such a great connection, and each person is leaving and I'm staying on, which is fine in its own. But what right now I'm feeling as each participant leaves, I feel this kind of sadness, this so-called grief of how beautiful, and I have the memories of how beautiful it all was. So what I'd like to do in this chat or this talk is to just kind of go into this thing called grief and sense of loss, because I've had a sense of loss in my life in many other occasions. And it's like what happens is I first get an idea. When, like, I had an idea last year when I was here in Bali to hold an enlightenment intensive here in Bali for this year. And what happened? Well, I had an idea. I had a beautiful idea. I had it. And then when I returned, I decided to make it happen. So I took all the steps that is required for making a project come into manifestation. So I invested my time, my energy, my money into this beautiful idea. And then what I did, or what usually happens under these circumstances when you're creating something, is you get attached to the perfect ideal picture of how it should be and how I want it to stay. I want it to remain a certain picture. And now that is where the problem is. The problem is that I want to freeze frame the perfect moment of being together, like that idea of oneness on a form level. And what's happening is that the grief that I'm feeling, or the sadness, is that I'm attaching myself to a memory, a picture, and I don't want it to change. And so this is what's coming up for me, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, we had something special, and now I don't want it to change. And so that's causing grief, that's causing some kind of a sadness, a kind of a sense of loss. And what I'm going further into this is that I think I'm the creator. I think I'm the doer. So I had the idea, I invested my money, time, and energy. I entice the people to come, and it's my creation. It's I, my, and mine. And so this is what I'm seeing as the ego structure. And if I want to be free of the suffering of the ego structure of I, my, and mine, I have done some extra kind of working that I'd like to share with you. And it's called Let's Rescript, or Rewrite the Script. And let's do some reverence or some honoring of who really is the doer. And I'm knowing that if I can really sort of offer up my sense of doership to the true doer, which is life. Life is doing the whole thing. Life was inspired with an idea to create something, not my mind. It came through the mind, but it wasn't mine. It was life's. And then who did all the investing and the energy and the money and all that? Well, life. I'm part of life. Everything that I did was part of life. It's all life doing it. And then I saw that I got attached. And when we get attached to a frame of the perfect picture, then what happened was I started to feel sadness. So the re-scripting is to realize that life is building and creating through an instrument, yes, but it's not the ego's. It's just life. So life created the project, life built it, life did the whole thing. So there's a sense of like, let's honor life in this. It's every single step. And as I'm offering or giving over the doership to life, I am now not, let's say, available or present for the results of it. And so if it maybe it does get to a beautiful place, but then it changes. There are these freeze frames, these framing of moment to moment to moment. And life is continuously moving and changing. But the ego freezes a frame and says, I want that and I want it to stay like that. And the grief comes because I'm resisting the next frame of life. So, by offering the actions, the doing, the everything, and remembering with great reverence who the great doer is, this is an opportunity to, let's say, remove the pain and the suffering, the grief and the sadness that comes after you create something. So it's not that you shouldn't create anything because it's going to dissolve. Like that was the other thing that I'm getting, is that in life there is the birthing, there's the sustaining, and then there's the dissolving of the life form. And my attachment is on sustaining it. And my resistance is on the dissolving part. But if I'm really life, I can flow with all the frames of life as a continuum. And this is where I'm realizing that I need to refocus, readjust my attention. If it's on the ego's agenda, guaranteed it's not in alignment with life's flow. So if I shift my energy towards life's flow, then not only will I be okay when things dissolve, I'll just get right back into the creator and create another beautiful thing and follow the passion of life rather than feeling, oh, that beautiful thing is now gone and now I'm depressed. No, life is always flowing and changing and transforming and creating. So that's what I'd like to pass on for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.